Maybe you're wondering, how do they play with you? There are many telltale signs that I'm going to be talking about in this video. And there are subtle signs that you will be able to tell if they are playing with you. And if you are in a new relationship, check these 4 things out, because you will be able to know if this person is playing with you. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. Okay, let's not beat it around the bush, but the narcissist is going to be playing with you like all the time. Okay, there are going to be subtle signs which I will talk about, but I just want to say that they're playing. They're always playing. Games for a narcissist is something that they play, that they do rather. And the reason why they play games is because, okay, look, if you want to achieve a certain outcome, which is what the narcissist wants to do, then you're going to behave in a certain way to get those outcomes. Does that make sense? So you can't authentically bring yourself to the table because you're not being you. You're not being yourself. So what you're doing is you are wanting a certain situation or a certain experience to come about for either yourself or another person, which means that you're going to change the trajectory of what happens, or you're going to change the way that the outcome happens for that person or the set of circumstances or for yourself. Which is why if you're playing games, then you're going to achieve the outcome because you're making something happen. You're forcing something to happen. The narcissist isn't here for longevity. The narcissist isn't here for a relationship. They are here to get their needs met. So if you're going to manipulate the way that someone behaves or a set of circumstances or experiences that happen, then let me tell you, they're going to be playing games. So the first thing that I would say to you is this. They are going to be really hard to reach, or they're going to ghost you quite regularly. So when you're in a relationship or when you are connecting with someone, this could also be like friends or a family member, this person is going to be hard to reach because they are going to pick and choose the times that they want to communicate with you. Now, the longer that this person does this, okay, the more that it's more accurate to say that they are kind of playing with you. When someone is hard to reach, what is happening is they are doing something else. Okay, and that you are not their priority. So what's happening is they are choosing the time and the days that they want to speak with you, the way that they want to communicate with you. They will frequently disappear and you will not know anything. One moment, you know, you guys are messaging or you're calling one another, you're seeing one another, and suddenly there's nothing. And this is a very strange thing that actually does happen. I do find that it is a very toxic behavior. If you don't have time for someone, just tell them, right? But the narcissist won't do that because remember, if they are vulnerable with their emotions, if they tell you too much, it means that you have too much information, which means that they are vulnerable, which means that they don't have power, because that's what this is about. This is about power. So they will orchestrate and allow you to think whatever it is that you want to, and when they ghost you or they disappear or they don't want to talk to you, that leaves you up to your own devices. They know that you're going to be thinking about them. They know that you're going to be making up scenarios in your head. So think about this, right? This is really quite bad because you don't know what's going on with that person. You're left there to think up your own scenarios, your own things. And the narcissist knows that, and that's why they do it, because they are doing something else. You are not their priority. They're not thinking about you at that time. Or what it is they're doing it to control you. People in healthy relationships don't do this to one another. Another one that I would say is being hot and cold. So the hot and cold behavior is like you're walking on eggshells because you don't know what is going on, why it's happening. And it could be that you're constantly asking the same question, like, what's going on? Why is this happening? You know, like, what is going on? but they don't give you a straight answer, or they go cold on you and they don't let you know what is happening. And I feel like withholding information, again, this is like with the ghosting, like with the disappearing, they're withholding something from you. So again, you don't know what is going on, so you're left to your own thinking devices, like, I don't know what's happening. So again, you're left there not knowing what is happening, what's going on. And I feel like this is one of the hardest things, you know, like, you're in a relationship, okay, great, let's move this forward, let's connect, but then they go cold. When somebody does things like this, what they're saying to you with their behavior is, I can't commit to you, I can't give you what it is that you're asking me, I need to retract from you because I have another agenda. Ultimately, that's what hot and cold behavior is. I think the other one that is really hard for us to deal with is making promises that they can't keep. So when you make a promise to someone, usually you follow through, right? So things like future faking. So in narcissistic relationships, this person is going to promise you a future. So you're going to be thinking, this is what we're working towards, this is the goal, you know, a future together. But there never is that future because there's no longevity within this relationship. This relationship is not going to be one where it lasts forever. It's going to end. At the end of the day, the narcissist is wanting to get their needs met. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're pursuing. So the fact that they have promised you this future, and in your mind, you have thought, okay, so we are going to be together for a long amount of time. Let's see how this relationship progresses. But this is why the narcissist at the beginning is so all for it. This is why they mirror you. This is why they love bomb you, because they need you to get on side. They need you to be in this fully invested in this relationship with them, because then they can do what it is, whatever they want to do. So that's why I feel like they promise so much, but they can't keep it. They can't keep to this. It's also the inevitability of the lying. You know, they lie so much. They say so much. And it really messes with you because you're thinking, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're working towards. And it's really not. And I feel like the two go hand in hand. Or they say they're going to do something. They say that this might happen, that might happen. And it doesn't, they don't go through with it. Because do you know what? They actually can't. It sounds good at the time because it maybe gets you off their back. Or maybe they say something that you want to hear. But actually, they can't make this happen. So this is why, my friends, they always make these promises. They always say things that sound good in the moment, that maybe sound good to you at that time, and it never happens. You've got to understand that narcissists are impulsive. They want certain things to happen at that time, which is why they, like what I was saying, they control and manipulate people and situations so that they get a desired outcome. So if they tell you what you want to hear, great, it happens. Goal achieved for the narcissist. And this leads on to the last and final point. They lie and they're really hard to pin down, all right? So the lying, again, is to achieve a certain outcome. They also live in this world of fantasy, okay? Fantasy, which a very small percentage is in reality. They don't perceive the kind of external world or the external events or emotions the same way that me or you do. So when you're not on the same page emotionally or psychologically, how can this continue? Like, how can this relationship, this connection go forward? When you are lying, okay, what you're trying to do is conceal the truth, or you don't want to tell someone something, okay, because you think that at that time it's making things look good, or you're trying to achieve something. So that means that there is an agenda that's happening. When someone is hard to pin down, you ask them something and they don't give you a straight answer. This again, my friends, is really difficult because what someone is doing is playing with your emotions. This is really abusive. When someone is playing with you, playing with your emotions to this level, this can be classified as abusive because this person is not telling you what exactly is happening. So again, you don't know where you stand. So this is why these type of interactions with these individuals are really damaging. And this leaves us, you know, like after when we end this relationship, after this is finished, we find it really hard to trust others, because all of these things have really happened to us and they're so damaging. Each and every single one of these points that I've mentioned in this video, they are so damaging. And when someone else comes into your life who doesn't do this, we always second guess ourselves, or we question this person because we trusted the narcissist, we trusted this person, but they did this. There is another agenda that's happening. So we always think that someone else is going to have an agenda. They're going to tell you one thing that you want to hear, but then think something else. And this is why this kind of treatment or this behavior is damaging. The narcissist does this because they have something to achieve. They have something to get from this interaction with you. They have an attachment disorder, so they can't connect to you in this way that you are wanting them to. Although they say they do, but they don't. And you can see it through their behavior. People can talk, people can say a lot of things, but doesn't mean that this is actually going to happen. So you need to look at the behaviors rather than what someone is saying. Look through what someone is saying and look at what they're not saying. So their body language, their facial expressions will reveal a hell of a lot to you. So I hope that this video helps. I hope this video kind of gives you more understanding how it is when someone is not being real with you, someone who is playing games. These are like just four of the behaviors that someone would do. I know that there is a hell of a lot more, but this just gives you an insight into what is happening, like what someone is doing. So if you're seeing one or two of them or all of them, be aware, put boundaries up and use your discernment. Guys, I really hope this video has helped. If you are someone that is going through this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I also have a journal club, which I post in there every Monday. This will help alongside any like therapy or counseling that you are having at the moment. And also, I do have a mentorship that is starting in the next few weeks. If you would like to be considered or you would like to join, please see the description box below and follow the link. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.